session, we will talk about the burning desire. We have been discussing about the burning desire. Burning desire for awakening, we cannot reach to that state of burning desire if we cannot live in six treasures. Are you living in six treasures? Sama, Dhamma, Uparama, Shraddha, Titiksha, and Samadhana. You cannot live in these six treasures if you do not have a state of dispassion. That was that. If you do not have a state of dispassion, then you fall down. Every day you intellectually think, I have a burning desire for awakening to reach to that higher state, but it will not work in the absence of dispassion. And dispassion, you cannot reach to the state of dispassion if you don't have the power of discernment. Discernment defines you are a human being. If you don't have a discernment, then we have an animal mind. We fight with some, oh no, you are crazy and I'm crazy, I will leave you and you will leave me. The entire life goes like this. Every day goes like this. Oh, you did not respect me, I did not, unnecessary stuff. Thanks God, at least these things are absent in animals. And if discernment cannot take place in your life or in your mind if you do not attend satsang. Satsang, this is what the satsang. It will never happen. Then you will constantly, I will do this, I'm doing this. But I still have the big ego. It holds you back. It holds you back. From your partner, from your son, from your daughter, from relations, from strangers. So if I have this behavior, for example, if I have this behavior with one, so that behavior does not go. So the same behavior and attitude will also be applied to my partner, my friends, my strangers, people at the workplace. The life will not change. Let us do first Shanti Mantra. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. Does it really go inside you as a cognitive understanding? Does your mind triggers you that today I will share that happiness with whom I had some issues. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. I have to go deeper into myself. It is not simply learning, it's not a dry knowledge. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Am I in peace with myself? Am I in peace with the world outside? Am I in peace with the people outside, relations outside with whom I know? No, I have certain grudge against those people. No, they don't want to change. That is why, I'm not talking to them. You change. Is anyone holding you? They are not changing. You change. I'm saying my master's words. You said, why? If others change, no worries. You change. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be completeness for all. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. You wake up in the morning, check your mind. Mind, do I see the reality? Or do I even think of it? What is the reality? Peace, happiness, love, and wisdom are my essential nature. You say mentally, intellectually, but mentally, mind says, except that guy, I will not be peace with. I will be peace with everyone except that guy. That is your ego. Recognize it. And that happens in the family, more with the near and dear ones. How dare you say that they are near and dear ones? Are you understanding that point? I'm trying to explain you that is why we do not change. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Open your eyes. Let us share your experiences. What happened since the last session? Christina.
Everyone. I have just been living in very neutral, calm. I shouldn't say neutral, but not a high, not a low, just in a calm state. And that has given me the opportunity to have that space in between reaction or judgment or not sending, if I get a thought of someone that is, not so nice to me, there's been little time in between shifting into the Mangala charm and reacting or letting it fester inside of me. So it's been a very peaceful couple of days.
Beautiful. You see that? You are living in the discernment. Or the moment any thought comes, let me check. Just before you become part of me, I have to see whether I should allow it or not. You are happy all the time. You don't allow those thoughts because those thoughts are associated with a feeling. Many things can happen, anything, unpredictable universe outside. Many things may happen. Friends may become enemies. But you live in the state of discernment. So you see that I gave you discernment, dispassion, 6 treasures, burning desire. Yes, Dennis, what is your contribution today?
Yeah, I can share a story from today's morning. So I woke up in the morning today and it felt kind of cold. I went to the kitchen to check if everything is all right with the heating, and there I saw that the heating pipe was leaking, the water was dripping onto the thermostat, and so the boiler was dead and was not going to turn on. So the mind said, let me go to the garage, get the tools and fix it. But then the intellect realized that I didn't do the morning practice yet. So I discerned, well, nothing is going to happen with the boiler for the next maybe an hour or two, but I have to do the practice first. So I sat down, did the practice, and then I went and fixed everything.
Beautifully said. I'm extracting a secret principle out of what he said from the teachings of our masters. What he says, you will instantly realize. The Guru is sitting inside you. Guru is not outside. I have told you many a times that the outer Guru represents your Guru that is sitting inside, deep inside your heart. You remember, no, I have not done the practice. Let me do the practice. That is your Guru. Unless you reach to that state, you have to continue with this crazy guy. It should happen all the time. 24/7. I think you picked up. You all picked up what I'm saying. Guru is inside you. That is why we chant in the name of the Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. Ashok knows how to chant. So yes, David and Jerry.
Thank you. Yeah, that coming from peace has been making a huge difference. This week, we've got a few issues with a large management company that we do business with, and the old me would have been to like send a nasty email and copy, the president, everybody, and what, you guys need to get this bit right away. The new me is kind of peaceful, and I just drafted a very stern but compassionate email to one person in the organization and said, basically, let's get this fixed, and I'm here to help. And since then, it's been great reaction because of that. So that was kind of and that evolved over the last few days, that whole transpiration. So that was very, very interesting. So just coming from peace now, not trying to throw daggers in business.
Beautiful. You see that? Beautiful, David. Now even Eastern wisdom enters in our personal life, professional life, social life, family life. That is going to take you to the level of a transformation. Beautiful. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good, thank you. I overslept yesterday, and I don't normally oversleep at all. In fact, I can't sleep in these days. I'm up early, and so it only gave me about 20 minutes to get out of the house and get on with my day. And I wasn't upset about it. I was just surprised. And so and I did mention to David, I said, oh, please don't let me sleep in. I want to get up when you get up, because he got up extra early that day, and I was excited to get up early to do some studying. And but I wasn't, like, it's not his responsibility to get me up either. So there's just this ease about it. Even though it was a little bit hectic, I still found time for my routine squeezed into that 20 minutes. And then just one other thing, I had looked at mumukshu a little bit, and I dropped it in class. And then one of the students after class said, well, is that moksha? Is that liberation? And it says, that desire for liberation. I said, yes. And then she said, how is that different than the seeker? And so my answer to her was that the mumukshu knows the essence, and the seeker's seeking for that. So I'm not sure if that was completely accurate.
Mumukshu means burning desire for awakening and liberation. Who does it? A seeker does it. For what? For moksha. So mumukshu, burning desire. Moksha is the awakened state. And who does it? Seeker. So as long as the seeker lives with the burning desire, he is a seeker. And when he is awakened, he reaches to the moksha. That is the awakened state. So we say from seeker, he reaches to a siddha. Siddha means the perfect ones. In Buddhism, we use the perfect ones. Beautiful. Yes, that is another way to contemplate. What is my life today? Where is the burning desire? You see that when you have that, you have a sense of dispassion. You have a sense of calmness. You know why? Because you don't have a desire for anything seeking happiness on the world outside. It's a beautiful state. How are you, Stephen?
Good, sir. Everything's great. I'm very consistent with my way I wake up, how I do the practice. My contemplation, reflection all throughout the day, and more importantly, my self-reflection, not only in the evening of the day, but every minute through the day. And what I have noticed in the last few days, more so than anything, is that I take the opportunity to learn from other people. I've always been an observer, So I sit back and just watch other people and read people and whatever it is. And I'm using the opportunity to how they say and how they deliver things, whether they be friends, whether they be family, whether that they were strangers. And then I use it as a self-reflection to go, how would I have handled that? How would I have come from a different place with that? And I feel this in moments of advancement and understanding. And even when situations pop up for me, I have no reaction to it. It's just, it is what it is, and move on to the next thing. So
yeah, that is the way the entire life. Observer, I observe others, normal people. But a seeker is one who also observes the observer in me. That makes you a seeker. One who only remains an observer, so what will happen? Gradually, the dispassion will lose hold of it. But the one who also observes the observer in me, it will put you down. It will make you more humble. Otherwise, so that is what he is doing. Beautiful. How are you, Barbara?
I'm good, thank you. I feel that I'm really changing, perhaps in small ways, but last Saturday evening, the wind chill factor was supposed to be minus 12 degrees, and I knew that my grandson was planning on going out that evening, and ordinarily I would have texted him and said, well, maybe should we consider going with, such freezing weather out there, but I didn't do it. I thought, he's a grown-up. He knows what he can do, what he can't do.
Yeah.
Why should I interfere in his life that way? So for me, that's an accomplishment.
Yes, definitely. We have to maintain that state of dispassion. You see, that is dispassion. So we live, we think, we speak, we act in that state of awareness. Can you imagine if I continue to live into that state? First one day, weeks after weeks, days after days, you get a glimpse of what exactly is awakening. You get a glimpse, oh, this is what, everything passing smoothly. Otherwise, I would have been frustrated. So that indicates the change. Yes, Terry, you want to share?
So yesterday I went into Manhattan to go to a eye doctor, and it went pretty well.
Very good.
I have double vision, so none of you are clear to me, but so there were some difficulties, but they all worked out, and then I think my aide was extra tired, and I was trying to tell her something, and she told me to calm down, and it really made me mad, and I was surprised, because I was calm, but after she said it, I was really, really mad, so I don't know why that made me so mad, but it did. Well, I've been thinking about that, but I didn't come to any conclusion.
Mad mindfulness, mind, all appears together. So, yes, because I become mad because of my past impressions, because of my deluded mind. So, you initially said we have a double vision. So, we have a vision of delusion and we have a vision of dispassion. So, if you have a vision of dispassion, no madness. If you have a vision of delusion, then you have a madness. It is in the mind, not in context with your physical eyes. But you are doing good. We have been seeing you. You are doing so good. Yes, we'll have from Sangeeta, if you want to share, then we will start.
सर जैसे आपको बताया था ब्रदर की डेथ हुई थी तो एक दो दिन तो मन बड़ा भारी रहा लेकिन फिर मन को समझा लिया और मतलब अब ठीक है कि उनका इतना ही लिखा था तो मतलब
Yes, yes. Instead of, I told you, her brother recently died, and for 2 days she was upset, but then she started entering into dispassion. You know what happens if someone dies? Then we plan to have a week of grief. Why don't you plan to have a dispassion? Are you crazy? Do you see what the Eastern wisdom is saying? I cannot stop that. Of the body. Oh, maintain that. No, no. Let me move from grief to dispassion, to discernment, to dispassion, to check, and to remind one day I'm also in the line, so that you can move to the fearlessness. So she did it for 2 days, and she ultimately moved to that state of dispassion. I don't want to tell my story of life, what happened just last month. So that is not very interesting. So we are talking about burning desire. Look at the dog and the cat when they look at the mirror, and then they start fighting with it. It's a deluded mind. Now we can easily check. So when I fight, when I am in anxiety, when I have a reaction, basically I'm fighting with myself. As long as I'm fighting with myself, burning desire will not come, because I have to settle this score. I have to settle this score, my son, it happened to my son this, like, so I keep on thinking. And the son is taking care of himself. Yes, if I can support, yes, I will support it. As Barbara said, that is an accomplishment. So I have to support whenever it is required, not only to your friends and relations, but also your near and dear ones. But you have to find out, you have to create that space where the discernment lives. Why? Because our purpose of life is awakening. Then only you can have a burning desire. Otherwise, it is not possible. We keep on fighting with ourselves. We do the same thing with our anxiety, with our anger, with the reaction. We attack our own reflections. We attack our own fears, stories, attachments. Not, Terry, are you understanding? You recognize that, I become mad. I become mad to myself, not to anyone. Pause. Catch the reaction. Pause. Catch the reaction. I'm very upset right now. Tell yourself. Label the movement. Is this clinging or pushing away? I am attached to being praised. I am averse to the feeling uncertain about something. Okay, all these are happening in the thoughts. I am not the thought. All these thoughts occur in the mind. I am not the mind. Hence, you just say and wait. Inside, deeper inside, and you will find you have a state of dispassion. So you applied the discernment, you have the dispassion, and then calmness comes. In that state of the calmness, we think that yes, I have a desire, for only one desire is left. Your proposal is rejected. Default mind says they don't respect me. I am a failure. I'm just giving two statements. So this comes from the deluded mind. And the discerning mind says I am clinging to approval. Your proposal is rejected. Discernment mind said I'm clinging to approval. The real pain is I. That I-ness must never be seen as wrong. As soon as you see that, God, you see your bank balance and feel a spike of fear. I told you, that guy lives nearby you, Jerry. So he says, I become more rich. I told you this story. Yesterday also he was with me. So more rich. I said, you promised me when you file your taxes and find out last year taxes, if it is more, you have to transfer that money so that you are not more rich, so you are not frustrated, so that you don't have a fear. So you see the bank balance and feel a spike of fear, either having more or you don't have it. The default mind says, the deluded mind says, I am doomed. I end up on the street. Discernment says, I have strong aversion to uncertainty. The numbers are one thing. Numbers are one thing. My catastrophic story is another. Numbers do not define whether I live in uncertainty, failure, or frustration. Number do not define, David. Number do not define. We both know why I pointed to me. Family. Deluded mind say, oh, I cannot help, my honey. She or he does always like this. It is your deluded mind. You also do something in the same way? Christina? Discernment says, I am attached to being understood and averse to being seen as flawed. No comments, even mentally and emotionally, no comments. You are a wonderful person. You are a human being. You still have that potential to awaken. Okay, not today, tomorrow. Not in this birth, tomorrow. I want to keep a calm, peace surface of the mind the moment I wake up and the moment I sleep. Now see the burning. You have to get rid of these things. Then only we'll have such a burning desire that comes, burning, intense. I told you, Patanjali says, for those with an intense desire, awakening is very near. Tirva samveganam asanna. That is the sutra. That is sutra number 21st, the first chapter. Intense desire. But intense desire do not continue, do not live when I have a deluded mind, when I am seeking, when I have put happiness outside. Through the thought, through the feeling, through the association, through attachment. It may be a pleasure attraction. It may be likes and dislikes. It may be projection. It may be a wrong belief. Mind is not available for burning desire. The mind is already engaged in pleasure, likes and dislikes, and projection and the wrong belief. It is absolutely busy in those things. How can you reach there? Mind is not available for sustained burning desire. It is always busy negotiating peace and happiness outside. Not possible. Do whatever you want to do. It is not possible. I'm making it very clear. Why? So when you reflect, I told you, satsang, discernment, dispassion, 6 treasures, then comes the burning desire. So now come to the reflection part. My mind believes happiness is in the object. Do I believe it? Do I believe it? Let me check. There is one thing that is very important to understand. Many people think that, we have to get rid of all the desires to reach to that state of awakening, which is not possible. Does our master say this now? What the master is saying is very clearly written. You should not have a desire. I'm just expressing the way I have understood it clearly. You can have billions of desires minus delusion, and you still have a burning desire. You have only one desire with the delusion, mind is destroyed. You cannot have a burning desire. Think of this. Desire with delusion. Oh, if my honey should have been like this. The existence should ask you, then your honey should be like this. You are given this opportunity to evolve. Evolve out of this. Are you getting it? No, if I had $1 million, I should have been relaxed. I need not to do. No, God, existence has given you this opportunity to get rid of your delusions. That is why the existence has not given you the money. Work hard. Check the two statements. Check the two statements and you see that which one fits you. And you will understand this. At any point of time, at work, at home, anywhere and everywhere in your life, you live into that state. Well, can you figure out the behind the mind, that state is totally different. Totally different. My master used to say in a different way, I am saying in a different way, stop being a spiritual tourist with a full-time pleasure pass. Not possible. It is not going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. Your mind will definitely be deluded. It will start searching happiness outside. Desire minus delusion. Continue working. Do everything. Work hard. I have a wooden chair, so I was feeling little discomfort in the pain. So I get another chair. Yes, I can afford it. So I got another chair. So today I will fix and then start sitting it. Desire minus delusion. But you will add the delusion, what should I do? Then I will constantly move here and there. So even if you have a discomfort, that calmness is maintained. For those with an intense, burning desire, awakening is near. Awakening means that you continue to live into that state of the peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. We have to be very clear. At any point of time in our life, the happiness is not in the objects, not in the bank account, not in the person outside, not in the relations outside, not in the house, it is in me. From there it moves outside. When we have that feeling, your mind says, oh, let me bring more and more peace in every situation, love in every situation, calmness in every situation. Then what happens? Do you see? The mind starts. Let us give you some. I remember the Buddha. Buddha says craving is a fear factory. Even though it appears as a pleasure factory, but it is a fear factory. It is written in Dhammapad, one of the Buddhist texts, one of the greatest texts of Buddha. Craving breeds grief and the fear. Without craving, there is neither. She sent an email that she will be driving. That's why she is not there, Christina. So in modern psychology, we say overinvestment and rumination increase anxiety and depression. That's what we have been saying since long. Burning desire. We are talking, but burning desire is built upon, I told you, burning desire. If you put it on the top, behind it is 6 treasures: dispassion, discernment, consistent, constant learning, practice, daily analysis, ultimately you reach to that state. Let us see the opposite, reverse it. You are actually busy, you are a great executive, you are on the top of the material world. Then I have a question. If every outer plan worked, would you finally rest and be happy? Reverse. Today my son is happy. Okay. Tomorrow something will happen to this. Uncertain. I have tested the word. Now I am willing to test myself. Burning desire. Are you understanding? I made two statements. If every outer plan worked, one thing is very clear, that the work outside in the world will never be finished. I'm rephrasing. Did Dennis thought of that today? I have a problem with the heating. I still have to work. So I take the work minus delusion, finish. Now I have to work. Yeah, done, finished. I have to test the world outside. Is it possible today that I should not work anything? People say retirement planning. You don't retire, you leave the world early. No, what is the retirement? It does not mean that you should not do it. Pay attention. Desire minus delusion. You should do it. But if desire plus delusion, you will definitely be frustrated. I have tested the world. Now I am willing to test myself. You know what happens? That one desire, that one burning desire, absorbs all the other desires. You are always happy. Not intellectually. We have to reach to that state of the mind. One desire eats up all the rest of the desires that you have had in the beginning, now, or maybe in the future. Burning desire, the inner fire that stops you running. Is the Danish, okay, let me do my practice and then I will fix it. It naturally comes. The guru inside opens up. When the guru inside opens up, we are a great seeker. Don't forget. Don't forget. Again, I'm going to the master. Once a seeker, always a seeker. I asked him that why you are doing Om Shanti. You have once a seeker, always a seeker. What should I do? Mind is empty. Let me put something. So it is not achieving something. I'm there. Reconfirmation. But second point, he used to say that because if I'm doing it, you get inspired. That is also I'm doing it. I'm doing it for you. Beautiful answer. It inspired and it motivated me that I should not leave this journey. Let us close your eyes. We will start with our practice. Eyes are closed. Stage 1, place, position, and posture. Now, can you imagine? We do the short practice, and if you are a higher seeker, the moment I say place, position, and posture, your mind is already empty, it moves there. I say being comfortable, you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness, you are done. Do you see what I did talk today? That is what happens. See it practically. Your mind is totally highly receptive. Okay, yeah, then you are carefree. Observer mode. Mind moved to the observer mode from the deluded mode. Yes, I'm watching, I'm listening to you, watching every thought. Okay, observer mode. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam bhavatu. May there be happiness for all, peace for all, completeness for all. Auspiciousness for all. You see, we did very fast. Very fast means not in a hurry. Why we could achieve that fast state? Mind is empty. Why the mind is empty? Desire minus delusion. Why? There is a dispassion. 6 treasures are there. Dispassion is there. I live in a burning desire. Done. Then you're looking at the breath. You're looking at the breath, the 3-pointed attention of the breath. Second stage, we are moving. Second stage. You already know the 3-pointed. You focus your mind. You just focus your awareness and attention deep inside the forehead and start breathing long, deep, and the hissing breath into the rib cage. You already know we are you're doing long, deep, and the hissing breath into your rib cage, my friends. Continue inhaling and exhaling deep, long in the hissing breath. When you do the hissing breath, you will impact very deeply your nerves, scientifically to say, nerves in the brain. You know, we say amygdala and neurotransmitter, etc., etc. I'm not talking of those things. You already are a seeker. So you are more on that let me have a direct experience. Another master says that is your 8th step in a different way. And now stop this deep, long in the hissing breath. 3-point attention of the breath. I believe you know it. 3-point awareness of the first point. You watch the breath going in and out. Second, you feel the sensation inside the nose. Third point, no change. Fourth point, equality, equal flow of the breath. You can add. I gave you that in your mind so that you can remember the fourth point, the equal flow of the breath. Oh, yes, equal flow of the breath, you told me. And then you can add, oh, calmness is there, internal calmness is there, external calmness is there. The thoughts are coming and they do not touch me or touch my calmness. Many things you can continue to add, reflecting. And now looking deep inside your belly button and start breathing long, deep in the hissing breath into your belly only. You inhale, the belly expands like a balloon. You exhale, the belly touches the spine, you squeeze. Long, deep in the hissing breath. Remember and never forget, you are not becoming your real self. You are learning to be the real self. With that attitude, you are doing this step. Long, deep in the hissing breath into your belly, you also consciously experience the squeezing and the expansion. Even if your mind says no and you say yes. And now stop this, return to the normal breathing pattern. Three-pointed awareness, or maybe a 4-point, you can add as many points, whatever you remember at that moment. 3 points are, yes, flow of the breath, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath, and sensation. Then you can add more and more. That is not, the more you add, the better it is. Now, in that flow of the breath, we transition into another state. You drop Om Shanti on the breath. That is how, this meditation practice and each step you remember. So, You can also check if the mind continues dropping Om Shanti on the breath that moves in and out without changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. If many thoughts are there, we need a consistent practice to get rid of it. It is not a sign of failure. You recognize it's a sign of success. Why recognize it? So in the third stage, we transition Om Shanti. We have left that Nyasa with Om Shanti because it's a third stage. We are doing a shorter practice. So we picked up one. And now you can pick up the second one, start dropping Om Shanti on the 16 segments of the fingers. We are just educating the mind that even when everything is stand still, you need not to worry. When everything is moving, you need not to worry. Why? That is the projection and perception of the mind. I am beyond the mind. Basically, again, it has to do with the cognition, whether it's a meditation or awakening or whatever it is. Or nirvana, we use the word nirvana. We also understood that depending on the mood and the mood of the mind that we discussed last year, mood and the mood of the mind. So what happens? Your dropping of Om Shanti changes. One day it may be you are dropping Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Maybe on this another day, your mind is in a different mood. Om Shanti. So just giving a reference point, you just follow. And sometime when you are doing Om and the thought enters into your mind before saying Shanti, but you still continue. That is the point. Consistency, commitment. Okay, mind, today you are crazy, but I'm still doing it, and I will continue to do it, and you do it. That is the sign of becoming a seeker. And now is the time to transition to the triangle. Look deep inside your heart. Visualize a triangle of any color pointing upward, equilateral triangle, where all the three sides are same, of equal size. We don't need to study geometry to know this, common sense. And then you start moving the mind clockwise, anti-clockwise on each side, rubbing Om Shanti, rubbing Om Shanti. And then you see this sink. Is it sinking? If it is sinking, wonderful. Still continue to do it. One time clockwise, 3 Om Shanti. One time anti-clockwise, 3 Shanti. It looks Very simple. Because your mind is also moving, you're also aware of the side of a triangle, you're aware whether it is clockwise, anti-clockwise, and you're also dropping Om Shanti. So we engage the conscious mind in many pointed awareness. Why? Expansion of the mind. Why? Expansion helps the mind to go deeper within. What? Yes. We'll talk about it. And now is the time to move your push the mind deep inside by singing mentally into the cave of your heart. And when the mind appears not moving, Shanti. We already moved into the stage 4. Transitioning to the stage 4 is self-absorption. I discuss in detail about this self-absorption. I'll continue to talk so that you'll have a clarity. Yes, in that state of self-absorption, you're aware of the changes in the visions and the colors and the mazes. They appear and they disappear. What appears and what disappears is not me. Awakening means that I want to realize who am I. So I exist even if the images appear. I continues to exist even if the images disappear. So I cannot be my images and visions and colors. I am separate, transcending. That is the meaning of transcending them. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I told you if you are doing loudly, then we take the inhale and then we say Om. Again we inhale and then we say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Or if you are doing it mentally, follow me. Follow my sound. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The next step is also very important. We are not in a hurry. We gently bring the mind on the right hand, right palm. When you bring it, you start feeling the sensation there. Bring the mind on the left palm. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palm. Stay there for a while. For asking. Ask your mind, what happened? Where I am? What is that state? So that we can share our experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, Stephen?
Sure, thank you. It was a really good meditation for me. I found myself to be really laser focused on the breath at each stage of it, and more importantly, it was the hissing sound of the breath. And what I found is that when I got to the bottom of that breath, on the top and at the top of the breath, there's this hesitation before the hissing sound took place, where there was just complete silence. It was just me and the breath, and there were no thoughts. There was no other sounds. It was just this moment of just contentment. And then as we got to the when you said to go deep into the triangle, into your heart center, I just felt this fluttering, and there's just a sense of just happiness. And it was difficult to actually come out of this meditation. So thank you.
Beautiful. I've always been telling you, if it is difficult to return from the meditation, that indicates the success. But it doesn't mean that, I'm sleeping and I said, I could not return from it. No, that I'm not talking of that. I'm talking what he explained to me. You're totally absorbed. You're still aware. That is what we need to do. How are you, Dennis?
My meditation was seamless. Breathing was equal, full awareness of the steps, and at the end, infinite, dark, calm space. Thank you.
Beautiful. Stephen pointed something difficult. You pointed equal breath. So when the flow of the breath is equal, in that moment, if you observe the state, it is totally different. A sense of bodilessness occurs when that state is extended. And then I will link it to the principles as taught by other group of masters. Yes, David and Derek.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, during the stomach breathing, which I found very, very sort of reset. It was like a reset. It was just kind of like this beautiful reset. And then after the stomach breathing, I felt lost in space, and it was just peace and calmness and darkness.
Beautiful. Yes. Yes, you see that our mind goes anywhere. Now his mind as compared to Dennis and into the belly breathing. We'll talk about this belly, center of the belly. It can also be related to the chakra, but it is good. It is very good. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good. Thank you. Aware of each transition, really the depth of the meditation after the end of each section was there. And then when we got to the triangle, oftentimes when we get to the triangle, I kind of feel like I missed the triangle. and I was very focused on the triangle. And as I focused on it, there was a point where it went away. And the mind at that point wanted to label that. And so that took a bit of the mind kind of labeling that as, oh, absorbed, and then the colors. And then so it took me a moment before the labels went away and it was completely dark.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You see that transition, our mind notices the transition. So otherwise we always notice what is happening outside, but the more and more we start noticing what is happening, it will help us to gain deeper insight into the meditation. That is what we say the direct experience, then is that I'm taking care of in your session of the Ukrainian group. So it is the same, but yes, approach is different. How are you, Terry? Are you mad at me?
No.
Oh, thank you.
I had the segments of the fingers. I returned to the physical
Good.
touching a point.
Oh, yeah, that too is good.
Because I needed to reestablish.
Yeah.
And the triangle, I didn't see it. I just imagine it.
Yeah, imagination is good. But one thing you should, that is another point. Sometime our mind is very clear and calm and still it wants to return to the physical touch. If it happens to you, you do it. It's okay. It will help you. It will help your mind to move deeper. How are you, Barbara?
Very good, thank you. My meditation was very peaceful, very calm. I felt very light, almost like I was floating.
Beautiful. Yes, lightness and floating indicates a kind of a higher level of a dispassion and detachment with the body and the mind. How are you, Christina?
I was experiencing when you were doing the breath in the chest. My stomach was kind of gargly. I realized I didn't eat breakfast this morning, which is okay. But I really wanted to breathe deep into my belly and relax that. And I kind of did, but then I chose to just focus on the breath in the chest because I knew the next step would be the belly breathing. And so I kind of used that as a time to discern and just say, you know what, it's coming up. I will survive if I don't breathe into my belly right at this moment. So I kind of detached from that thought, and the rest was just deep. And I forgot. I felt like I forgot that I was on, and I heard my computer because it kind of sounds like it's very loud, and so I tuned into that, and I was like, I'm still on.
Very good. You're doing good. You see that? You discern. No, first, if this is happening, I will follow this, and then I will move to the other. Same way we can guide our mind. Sangeeta, yes.
Sir, बहुत peaceful और एकदम absorbed, completely absorbed.
Very good. She is totally absorbed, completely. Ashok, sir.
Sir, sir, meditation was good and peaceful. Mind is peaceful.
Very good.
Thank you so much.
So I gave the meditation, that is good, or you did the practice, that is good. Both are good.
Sir, meditation was good. Meditation was good.
So if you say both are good, then you are a good politician. Thank you. We'll meet again.
Namaste.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste.
Namaste.